Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, let's say, and welcome back to another Calgary Stampeders game day post. It's now November, which means CFL playoff time. Yes, CFL playoffs. Calgary Stampeders still made the playoffs in 2023, despite the up and down, mostly down season with a 6-12 record. But we finished third in the West Division, thankfully on winning the season series on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. We'll be taking on the BC Lions for the second straight season in BC. They finished the season 12-6 for second in the West Division. So this looks like a lopsided matchup, I shall say. But after that Week 20 performance a couple weeks ago, where the Calgary Stampeders defeated the BC Lions 41-16 at BC Place, I am feeling some hope that the Calgary Stampeders could pull off an upset. Yes, an upset with a 6-12 record. And you actually have to go back to 1999, the last time the CFL had a 6-12 team in the playoffs, as the Edmonton, then named Eskimos, were third in the West Division with a 6-12 record. However, they did lose to the Calgary Stampeders in the West semifinal that year. However, back in the 1981 Grey Cup, the Ottawa, then named Roughriders, they pushed the powerhouse Edmonton, then named Eskimos, with a 5-13 record. So anything could happen in the CFL. Eileen Golding sang the song "Anything Can Happen." That should be the song for the Calgary Stampeders this year. Anything can happen. But getting back to the game at hand, after, Calgary didn't dress their key regulars last week at home against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, they're all back, including guys like Reggie Bagleton, Cam Judge, and Kadeem Carey. They're all going to be back in the lineup. So Calgary's going to have Kadeem Carey and Peyton Logan in the backfield. Two running backs that we had back a couple weeks ago. Dedrick Mills, unfortunately, is hurt. Is on the one game. But we also got Cam Judge back. And will he swing the gavel? Him and Micah Awe. Those are going to be the big X factors, I'm going to say, for the Calgary Stampeders. And will Jake Muir. He had a full year to stew about when we lost the West semifinal last year against the BC Lions. It was 30-16, and that was the game where Bo actually took over about halfway through the fourth quarter and showed some hope. But Calgary also abandoned the running game then and had some questionable calls on third downs. Hopefully, maybe the Calgary Stampeders will learn from that, and I'm going to still say it. I still want to make a full video on it, I think, after the season. Hopefully winning the Grey Cup. That'd be hilarious. Get a postmortem on the Calgary Stampeders this season, finishing 6-12 in the regular season. I think we were better than the record showed. But we did have some games that we definitely deserved to lose. Can't find the end zone, but I think the X factors and that Week 20 performance. I have some hope that I think the Calgary Stampeders could potentially pull off an upset. Winner of this game will be taking on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers a week later. And the games actually are on Saturday this year, as it's Saturday, November 4th. It'd be a 4:30 kickoff mountain in BC Place, and it'd be the same time a week later for the West Final. Hopefully Calgary will be there taking on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and then the Grey Cup will still be on Sunday, November the 19th, as it will be at Tim Hortons Field in Hamilton, Ontario. That would always be a 4 p.m. kickoff mountain. So I could dream that the Calgary Stampeders will be there, be the most unorthodox way to the season. But that's how I feel about this team. My expectations are low. I mean, I'm not expecting to win the Grey Cup. I do see the Calgary Stampeders win the Grey Cup, and then unfortunately it's it's morning already, and wake up. But anything is possible in the CFL, and I do sense maybe a 2001 like run in this team. If everything goes big, we definitely don't need to be playing catch up, because I don't think we're talented enough for that. But that's how I feel. It's going to be an interesting matchup. It looks lopsided on paper, but if we can keep this close, I think we have a chance to pull off an upset. But I could also see the BC Lions potentially win this game by 30 points as well if Calgary's defense allows big plays, or Terry Williams gets a punt return or a kickoff return for a touchdown, and Vernon Adams Jr., he continues his mastery of the Calgary Stampeders. I've also, once again, did my On the Road to the Grey Cup videos where I preview both the East and West semifinal. So you can see those videos, and I'm feeling a lot better than I did last year. Not on the team, but personally myself, that all 5 videos I think will happen this year, where last year I barely was able to get the semifinal games in just before kickoff because I was sick as a dog, but not this year. I'm feeling a lot better. I am also still feeling good about the Calgary Stampeders pulling off the upset. What do you think the Calgary Stampeders will pull off the upset? I don't want this to be my last game day video post for the 2023 season, but we'll see. All indications are it probably is. I'll be disappointed but not crushed if we lose just because of the records and the matchup, but we're in. That's all that matters. We're in. If you can, get things going on the right track, we can go on a run, and maybe the 2023 Calgary Stampeders will be your Grey Cup champions this year. Man, that would make the CFL mad, and I would love it. As our 18th straight season in the playoffs, but the most unorthodox way. So yeah, there's enough gloating and dreaming. That's how I look at the matchup. It looks like a mismatch on paper, but that Week 20 performance. However, I could see another Week 10 performance where we lost 37-9, and BC almost steamrolled over us even more. So I could see it go either way. If it's a close game, I think we have a chance to pull up the upset. So anyways, I'll close out. If you want to follow along with this Calgary Sports Fans journey, just make sure you hit like and subscribe. I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, but I try to squeeze in some non-sports content when I have a chance. And I finally got my jersey and t-shirt videos unpacked and made videos on that. So you can take a look at the old school shirts video, and let's just say there's some CFL relics in there from the past that you may remember. I'll just throw that clue on there, so check that video out as well. So I say go Stamps go. Let's make a great playoff run. Enjoy the CFL playoffs, regardless if you're cheering for red like me or orange like the BC Lions, or a light shade of blue and gold if you're a Blue Bombers fan. That's who you're waiting for to see who wins this game, or the dark double blue with the Toronto Argonauts, their 60-2 season, or the black and gold with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, or kind of the burgundy and purple for the Montreal Alouettes. And of course, we need to still acknowledge the green and gold for the Edmonton Elks, green and white for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and the red and black for the Ottawa Red Blacks. But hopefully y'all enjoy the playoffs, regardless of what team you're cheer for. And interesting fact about this year's playoffs, other than the fact that the semifinal and final games are played on Saturday this year, and the Grey Cup is played in Hamilton this year, all the matchups are exactly the same. Montreal hosting Hamilton in the East semifinal. BC hosting Calgary in the West semifinal. Toronto is going to host the East final. Winnipeg is going to host the West final. So that part has all been the same with the bracket starting, but now we'll just see the games if they'll be the same results. Is it going to be eventually another Toronto or Winnipeg Grey Cup, or are we finally going to see some upsets? I would like at least one upset, if you know what I mean. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.